I wanted to talk a little bit about this Wolverine I got. This is the Marvel Legends series Wolverine, and this is by Hasbro. So this one is the one that has the superheated adamantium claws. I like this one because of the outfit. They do have a couple where, you know, he's got this kind of color scheme. There are a couple that are either very similar or very close to this color scheme, but I love the outfit, and that's why I wanted this particular one. So if you are collecting them all, these are all the characters that come in this particular set to build Bonebreaker. I'm not really collecting these. I don't care for any of these other ones. I saw Sabretooth on the shelf. I didn't like him at all. He just didn't look right to me. I only really just wanted Wolverine, and I don't care for Bonebreaker. When I bought this, there was an employee at the door, you know, the guys who check your receipts, and he was an interesting guy, you know. He started talking to me about all the different characters, the Marvel Legends. I guess he collects these as well. This was at Walmart. I got it from a Walmart. And I enjoyed talking to him. He was extremely tall. I mean, this guy must have been like 7 feet tall. First, let's look at his alternate head here. So he has this other head you could put on. So I'm assuming you could pop this one off, put this one on. I don't like this look. I'm not a fan of this look. And he just looks very hideous. So I'm going to keep this. And I generally just prefer Wolverine with the mask. I like this mask. And I'm going to just keep this on. I'm not going to use the head, the other head. But he doesn't come with weapons. I don't see any weapons, no accessories, nothing for him to stand on. This is it. This is what you get. It's okay. It's enough for me. And again, the claws are the heated adamantium, so I guess they're supposed to be this color, right? So these are not his regular adamantium metallic looking claws. I don't really have an opinion on these one way or another. They're okay. They're nice. If they were just metal, I would be happy with that. The claws that I don't want are the bone claws. So I don't want any Wolverine with bones coming out of his hands. Look at the biceps on this guy. I guess, look at they really tried to make him look like Wolverine. So they gave him these huge biceps. And it looks like you could remove these shoulder pads. Does this come off? It looks like it can come off. It's kind of weird that they let you take this off. But yeah, you can take this off. So that's cool. I guess you'll get better articulation when you take these off. But then you have these holes in his shoulders here. And that looks a little weird. But since it's Wolverine, you could just pretend that he got shot. And he'll be healing in about a minute. So he got shot in the back and in the front. Anyway, here are his arms. Wow, this guy's got massive biceps. Look at that. That's pretty true to the comic, right? So a lot of the art in a lot of the comics, he does have these disproportionately large biceps. And Wolverine is supposed to be very short. The articulation's good. Now, he has a lot of articulation. You could do this here, right? You could do the knees, and he's got the joint here, so you could manipulate the feet in many different directions, and it's pretty good. So you could pose him any way you want. You can't give him any weapons, so he's got no way to hold any kind of weapon. So while you can move his wrist, his claws are all he needs, which makes sense. I mean, you see Wolverine with swords and other things at times, but really all he needs is his claws, right? So I guess why bother giving him weapons? If you articulate him in such a way that he's looking up all the way up, this looks really weird. I guess you would never really do that, right? I just noticed something interesting. Wolverine has a little extra articulation. Articulation that you don't normally see. So look at the shoulder here. He's got this. You could move this. Wow. All the way back. That is awesome. Look at that. Wow. I guess what these are the pecs, like his upper pecs, his chest, his outer chest. So you could get him to do some flies, some exercises if you want him to exercise. Articulation is really good on this guy. Let's see how it looks in the back. So again, notice here, right where the shoulder blade is, you can really stretch this guy. So you could get him to squeeze. So the point of this maybe is to get this kind of pose, right? This pose is hard to do with other figures, even figures with really good articulation. Let's move this guy out of the way and let me show you guys Raphael. Raphael. I tried to get a pose like this with Raphael, and these turtles have really good articulation, but I couldn't get him to cross. With Wolverine, you can cross. Now that is awesome. So that's excellent. Look how far back this goes. You know what this looks like? This looks like when Magneto extracted his adamantium through his pores, ripped out his metal that plates his bones, and he was kind of like this, right? He was like, ah, right. So there he is. Good detail. The paint is phenomenal. I love the outfit. I love this color scheme, and this is why I really wanted this one. And it's a good figure to have. Not bad at all. Here he is next to Raphael. So it works. This is the Hasbro Marvel Legends, right? And with Raphael, it works, no problem. He's a little bit short relative to Raphael. Normally, with other figures, the turtles are shorter. So he's a little bit short, just about, if they were real people, he'd be like 2 inches shorter. But that's a good thing because as I mentioned, Wolverine is actually supposed to be short. So you have to look at the girth and you have to look at the muscles and the arms. And since Raphael is a mutant, so you could go either way. Sometimes you could say, well, Raphael is a turtle and a teenager, so it's okay if Raphael is smaller. But you can also go the other way where you say, well, he's a turtle and a mutant, and as a mutant, he's going to be a little bit bigger than a human. He's going to have a bit more girth to him. And here, I mean, there's no right or wrong as long as it's not really disproportionate. But here it's okay. I think you could play with this. You could put these two together, right? It's not too bad, unless you focus a lot on the head. So if you pay too much attention to how big Wolverine's head is relative to how big Raphael's head is, Raphael's head looks huge. He looks like he could bite off, Wolverine's head. But again, it's doable. It's all right. It's not ideal, but if you want to pair these two together, you can. And here he is with my McFarlane Robin. So this is Robin, and notice that, so these McFarlane figures are really quite tall. Most of them are very high, and this works well too, right? So he has these massive biceps, and of course Robin doesn't stand a chance. Wolverine will rip Robin apart. Arrgh. But anyway, they work. You can pair them together. So here they are together. Okay, so I hope those who are interested in this kind of stuff learn something, or maybe they see how it looks in case they want to buy this figure. A lot of times now, you're not going to find this in the store. A lot of these figures, once they go, they're gone. And you have someone selling them online for like $45, sometimes $50. It's crazy. And people want to see what they look like before they buy them. They want to get an idea of what they could do with them. So this is McFarlane Robin here, and this is actually metal. This sword is made of metal. I know you guys like this, right? Pretty cool. And Wolverine works well with Robin, no problem. So I think, his versatile. You could use him with the other Marvel Legends, of course. You could use him with G.I. Joe. You could use him with the Ninja Turtles. You could use him with the McFarlane figures. Let me see if I could find the G.I. Joe. Let me see if I could find one of the smaller ones. Okay, here's Storm Shadow. You can use him with the G.I. Joe. Again, pretty good. You could scale him well. Now, notice here, he's quite tall because these G.I. Joe figures are a little bit smaller. So Wolverine is as tall as Storm Shadow, right? But it still works. I mean, there's no... Leo, Raph, and Wolverine are taking on Robin, Captain America, and the Black Panther. Wolverine is trying to find a way to break the Black Panther's defense. Raphael and Captain America are going at it. It looks like Cap got one of Raphael's size. Robin is trying to figure out how to use this sword he has over here. And Leonardo, who's the master of swords, knows that it's going to be a piece of cake to take Robin out. But yeah, that's Wolverine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know if you know something I don't know. I get very happy when people comment and give me a little piece of information that I don't know. Because there are a lot of people who collect a lot more than I do. They are pretty much experts. And I like to hear from them. Or even if you're not an expert, but you have this and there's something that you noticed or something that you want to share about this figure, just let me know what you want to say. Just write it in the comments. Or make a video and post your link, so I could watch your video. Look at the back on this guy. Wow. Nice back muscles. I haven't seen back muscles like this since Rocksteady.